It was strange for Beverley, but the horse is drawn high, dominated the finish, and he was drawn out on what's normally the good place at Beverley in the low numbers, and he didn't feature. That was his first, his win earlier, his first and only win. He took quite a long time to get off the mark, and he only got up in the absolute last stride to beat Tadani at Nottingham, and he's closely matched with Tadani on that form. So there are one or two questions to answer for this horse. I'm quite surprised that he's the outright favourite, but something had to be, I suppose, related. The old boy is incredibly well handicapped on form from less than a year ago, and then this time last year he was third in the Stewards' Cup consolation at Goodwood off a mark of 84, and he's now plummeted to 65. If he's in anything like that sort of nick, he will win this race. Related, that is.
Stall 9 is probably a good pitch for him.
Yes, he was just a little bit warm in the paddock. He looked okay, but not brilliant.
Okay, Indian Pursuit is next door. Stall 8. He can be a quick horse, but we saw him earlier in the season, 3-star school winning here. I thought he might kick on. He was beating a apprentice riders race under a penalty after that, and fourth latest. He's still well enough treated off 64.
Yeah, he ran well on the soft ground at Catterick last time round the bend, and although he has won here, I do think he's better round the bend at Catterick. That's where most of his winning's been done. And I thought in the paddock his stablemate, the grey Spirit of Zebedee, outshone him considerably. He's drawn right out on the far side, but is one of the pace horses in the race, so should be able to gain a good position, Spirit of Zebedee.
Bedtime Bella, a bit of support into 8-1 now.
Yeah, unexposed as a 3-year-old. There were a few of them in the race and ran well enough over the course and distance on rather different ground last time. On a time before, Leicester, the ground was on the fast side, and she showed plenty of speed, so she should be okay on the ground, but her best run was last time on the softer ground.
Burton Wood back to 6 furlongs. He's a course and distance winner.
Yeah, and that course and distance win was in this very race last year off 56. He's now 62 with Harry Russell taking 7 off. He's you couldn't say he's been primed for the run, but he's had one run back after a break, and he ran respectably here under a claimer, and he ought to improve for that. I thought he looked well in the paddock again. I think 15's not a good draw. He's right near the stand side. I don't think that's the place to be today. I think you
20 seconds remaining.
Want to be up the middle.
Yeah, years gone by, it would have been a good run.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good draw, but a lot of the season have been coming straight down the middle. Karlovian would want softer ground.
10 seconds
Possibly.
remaining.
It was a poor effort last time, but I think there were mitigating circumstances. At Pontefract missed the break completely, having made all the time before
1.
At Nottingham. But at Ponty was drawn wide. I think you've got to put a line through that to fancy him. He too has got form that makes him very closely matched with Tadani. Maybe the ground's too too fast for Tadani, but you know, Karlovian and the favourite Viking Way both tie in with Tadani. They're closely matched. It's tricky at the front. I should look for something else apart from those if I were you.
Suitcase and Taxi. He's well handicapped, but he's well handicapped because he's showed nothing.
He keeps missing the break, doesn't he? And that puts him on the back foot all the time. He looked in good form when he won here last year, but has just dipped since then. Ascot Dreamer was the one I thought was possible. Didn't show a lot in the cheek pieces at Doncaster last time, although he sat behind the leaders on the wrong part of the track, so there were slightly mitigating circumstances. They've dispensed with the cheek pieces. Thought he looked very well. He's got Paul Hannigan, not too bad a draw in 4, I don't think, with the speed near him from the grey horse Spirit of Zebedee. So if I had a stab, it'd be Ascot Dream.
After pint of lager, I'll go the 6 horse Adrian Nichols, Andrew Mullen, and well,
yes.
The form that's worked out well.
Yes.
He's over 19's not ideal, but I'll have him. You have Ascot Dreamer for a pint of lager.
Pint of lager? I don't drink lager now.
What do you drink?
I'll have a pint of vodka over your lager, then I'll get the value that way.
Okay. Ice?
Just a bit of ice, yeah. No slice.
Perfect. Related 5-1. He's well handicapped and all, but happy to watch him win if you.
Yeah, he's a good thing on last year's form. You know, as late as October, he was running at 82 at York, and here he is having had a few runs on the all-weather and one run back on the turf without the headgear on soft ground. And all of a sudden he's down on 65, so the handicap has given him a right chance.
9 years of age, install 9, Danny Tudhope on board. So fairly through the loading process. Looks like the last couple are going to edge forward for race 4. A really competitive 6 furlong handicap. Wide open, let's see who's going to win it in the company of Gareth.
12 to be filled by Bedtime Bella, who's got a blue visor on. Will make a nice and easier spot. Set. And off they go. They're racing.
The market has gone in play.
The resolute and beautiful Sri Lanka handicap. And through the early stages, Spirit of Zebedee, the far side, is away well, as is Indian Pursuit, horse in the same ownership. Suitcase and Taxi is over there.